Welcome to Quest for Glory 3, The Wages of War. We are continuing now when we are, as you recall, in the inn, and we just encountered a new character who shows up at the inn periodically. I think he comes more than once, but at least he's here this one time. He is one of the survivors from the peace mission we have heard about a number of times in different dialogues with different characters in the game. As you recall, we sat down and ordered some food, and now he's here, and for some reason, I guess, just hanging out and pretty distraught. So I don't recall us getting too much information from him. I was considering doing what I had done earlier with some of the other characters, just learning what they had to say online, offline, or off video at least, and then informing you what they had to say. But this guy's kind of a unique character, so I figured why not talk to him on video and give you a chance to see him. And as you can see, he looks pretty beat up. Looks sort of like an Egyptian pirate to a degree. Okay, so he's kind of out of it as well. And he doesn't remember anything. We don't get that much from him. So he's telling us pretty much he's going to talk to the Leperman. He got jumped, essentially. And he... Pardon me. And he just has some pretty terrible memories, I guess, of the incident. And pretty much everything we say comes across like this. He just can't give us any, obviously, very definitive statement as to what happened. He just pretty much carries on about claws, and he got saved. So he said, she saved me, and I'm not sure if we know who that is. It may be Rakish's daughter. I actually honestly don't remember. Here, we'll find out. She saved me. She fought the claws away. Okay, so it was his daughter. Their daughter did save him. I remembered something from the game. It's probably been a few years since I've even played it at all. So I guess that shows either I'm a complete geek or I have a decent memory. Maybe both. Okay. And it didn't want to kill him. Wanted to scare him. So I guess obviously part of the thing was that they wanted to have a survivor like him. And so he would be able to recount just how horrible it was and probably help encourage there to be war. But apparently it still torments him. So let's see what else. Screams. Yeah. Alright, I don't want to take too much time just asking everything. I think it's going to be pretty similar. They didn't find the Leperman village. Somebody found him and called him a demon. I mean, there's not too much there. Let's, well, okay, we'll ask about demons, I guess, since they're important to the game. So he doesn't know very much. I mean, the whole story here, I hope I don't sound too frustrated or anything. It's just, I always found this kind of annoying that supposedly he's this big character to talk to, and then there's not too much they have to say. Except for the fact they can't really remember, and this is part of what the demons, I assume, are using to try to encourage this war. So I think we got what we needed out of him. I don't know. Some of these later games, they don't really tally up the points at the end, or they do tally up the points at the end, but it's not like you had on the top of the screen in previous games where it said X out of 500 or 250 or whatever the total score was. So points aren't as important in the game, and obviously for the purposes of this Let's Play, I don't think getting maximum points total, which you sometimes need to talk to people a little bit more, is necessary. So I'm going to say goodbye to him for now, and he doesn't seem to really care, and that's fine. And I guess, well, let's not kill too much time going upstairs. Let's go see if we can get into the Liontaur Temple now. Something a little bit different. One of the areas of the Liontaur part of the city, I guess, where everybody is allowed. Or, yeah, so normally you're not allowed up here. Only Liontaurs live up here. I don't think there must be something on the other side, I guess, but it seems for the most part it's the seat of government, and up here is the temple to a sort of Egyptian-inspired god or goddess. And I think we can come in at night, but they're going to shoo us. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is Sekhmet, which is the Liontaur god or goddess, and as you can see, it looks a lot like an Egyptian temple. This is almost a sphinx-looking character right here. And we can't get too far in here before one, and if you remember, this person is one of the council, or Liontaur is one of the council members. I guess it's the head of religion, the religion representative, and she's telling us to get it lost. I guess that actually is supposed to be a woman, and there we go. So Sekhmet, I guess, is actually supposed to be real in the game. It's not just some idol or something. And so essentially, we need to have our future predicted. She can't, despite being a goddess, can't really tell us what's going on in the future. So we have to be judged, I guess, at some point. And we have to go on this quest and get a gem from the Guardian, and we have to get a few things from that same area. I was kind of pointing that out in the jungle earlier on, and so we're going to have to head over there at some point, and we get judged. I don't actually think you have to do that to complete the game. That's somewhat interesting. I think for the most part it's kind of silly, but the Paladin, I think, can actually pull up some honor points too, so hopefully by that time we're looking at getting the honor shield, and I guess every little bit helps, but it's kind of a weird thing. It's just one of those sort of interesting things about the game, but doesn't really play a tremendous role. And so what I'm going to do now is, I guess there's not too much more to do in Tarna. If I was playing, I'd probably just spend more time talking to people and things like that if I wasn't playing on video with the time restrictions and the like. That's probably what I did the first time through. But let's go to sleep, and I think we should hit the Bazaar and start buying some things, and we'll stock up on the things we need so we don't have to come back and forth to Tarna too often. So let's go to sleep now, and that shouldn't take too long. And while we're sleeping, since the game just kind of pauses anyway, we'll just save. They only let us have so many saves. I thought in the old EGA versions they actually gave you a little bit more save spaces, but that's alright. Okay, so we're going to save that, and the hero is going to go to sleep briefly, and hopefully the sun will come up soon. Okay, so I don't use this too much. I think a few times I played, I stocked out with so much stuff, I kind of left things here and had some in the Sunbani village, and that was kind of neat, just being able to have a stash of daggers or meat or something, but we're not going to be playing it through as many days as I may have playing on my own, so I think I'm not going to use that unless we get a little pinched for space, and I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. It seems like we're good enough fighters that we really don't need to stock up from too many daggers. I may have done that more when I was a thief, actually, because thief obviously isn't too good at close combat. You can almost use daggers if you have enough of them, almost like a gun, just to keep hitting the button on a monster and take them down that way. Okay, so we've dealt with these guys already. We do actually have to... Let's deal... We're coming a little bit close to the end, so this guy doesn't take up too much time. Let's see what we can get. Okay, well, we've already had fun with these guys. That's what we did beforehand. If you're not the thief, that's pretty much all you can get out of those guys. Okay, so what does this guy have in terms of weapons? Okay, so he's not telling us too much. Let's buy a weapon. Okay, so a fine dagger. There's actually a difference in this game in regards to daggers than with some of the other games. There's the fine dagger, which is, I believe, your close combat weapon if you're a thief or a magic user, and there's the throw daggers, which you can throw. These can't be thrown, and they're a little bit more sturdy. So that's kind of the difference. It makes some sense. That way you also don't throw your last dagger or your combat dagger. And so we don't really need too many throw daggers. We actually do need the fine spear for the initiation ceremony. So let's see if we can talk him down a couple royals. He doesn't like that. Okay, well, let's see what we can do with 13. Oh man, so we either have bad communication skills or the game just doesn't let you budge on the price too much. Okay, he was bargaining. Our expert bargaining pulled off a royal, which I guess is okay. So we've got it, and we need that for the initiation ceremony later on, and we're going to pick up a bunch of things in regard to that. I, however, am out of time, so Sorry we didn't get through too much. The dialogue does take up a bit, but we'll be back next time and pick up some other purchases and head back out in the savannah. So till next time.